What's up, guys? Welcome back to Man Cave Collectibles, coming at you today with another review. Today we're actually looking at a vehicle and figure. We're looking at the G.I. Joe Retro Line Cobra HISS tank. So this is a very important, piece to a collection from the early 1980s. The HISS tank was originally released to U.S. toy stores in 1983. That original box covered our driver and our HISS tank, just as we see here in front of us. They were sold in 1984 and they discontinued it in 1985 as far as from a mass retail offering. It was available from Hasbro direct via mail-away offers from 1985 to 1991. So it became a little bit tougher after 1985 to acquire this guy, but it was a very important piece to G.I. Joe collectors from the early 80s. It's really cool that they've re-offered this to us here in 2020. As we take a look at our box here, we can see that we have our HISS tank, a really cool kind of promotional art piece showing our HISS tank. And what is neat about that is it is pretty much the same as what we received in 1983 on the original offering. I'll throw up kind of a side-by-side here to show each of those box art coverings. We can see that there's a lot of similarities between 1983 and today's offering. A little bit of additional verbiage on the 1983 version. They talk about the high-speed Century with double Diablo cannons. We don't get all that verbiage here on this one, but as far as the placement of our driver, the Cobra enemy here, our Hasbro logo, they really took that back to the original retro logo there, which is pretty cool. Cobra HISS is in the same location. G.I. Joe, identical. So really cool stuff here as far as the box is concerned. We'll flip this on around to the back side of the box. Looking here at a comparison of the back side, and they really almost placed everything in the same positions. The biography here for our driver and the HISS tank. Now, one thing we can notice here is the original HISS tank there. The nose area of that appears to be a little bit longer than what we have in today's offering. You can see that real well here in this picture. But overall, they're pretty close to identical as far as the way they look. Stickers might be slightly different, but I think they did a really good job recreating this for us, really 37 years later. So really pleased with that. As we look at just the ends of the box here, we just have our Cobra logo and our HISS tank, just product images, pretty much the same thing on each side. The top, we got our G.I. Joe logo, Cobra enemy. So really cool box art. I think these are made to display in box, but for those of us that are going to remove them, myself being one, it's hard not to, because as kids, you couldn't wait to get them out of the box, and you kind of have that same feeling now in 2020 with us being adults. So we're going to remove this guy from the package and we're going to do a review on our vehicle and driver. All right, guys, so we got all of our pieces as well as our figure out of its packaging. We'll look over what actually comes in the package. So as you can see, we've got our driver here. We've got our windshield, comes as a piece. We have our cannons, which comes as a piece, as well as the area that our driver would stand in there. We've got our tracks for the tank there, or the tank aspect of it. And then we have kind of the compartment that you could either stand your driver in or sit your driver in, and then you would also have an area to put another either driver or one of the Cobra action figures that I'll be picking up later on as I find them. Now, we also receive a little instruction manual here, and this instruction manual has two uses. The first one here is to show you how to put the tank together, the assembly. And then on the back side, you've got your sticker placement. So pretty neat that they do that. It's probably fairly easy to kind of figure out where these go. If you can remember just as a kid, probably the placement of these if you played with yours enough. But here's your sticker sheet, so you can see you got all those stickers. The 788, I do notice, is a little bit different than what we originally got when we were kids, but all these are going to look really good on there. let's go ahead and we'll assemble our HISS tank, and then we'll take a look at what we got. All right, guys, so we got our HISS tank put together. Pretty easy, just a couple pops and fitting things into the right grooves, and we've got our HISS tank put together. So going ahead and looking at our driver, we'll take kind of an up close look at him. Now, one of the accessories you get, as we get with so far all of our G.I. Joe Retro 3.75 inch figures, you get a figure stand with the title of the character. So in this case, we've got our Cobra Trooper. Looking really good. The paintwork is phenomenal. The Cobra emblem is extremely crisp and well done on there. The lines are very nice, very even. It looks really, really good. Mine's got a little bit of a paint flaw here on the top. Looks like maybe some of this purple or the black here maybe kind of got into the wrong place. But, you know, these are 3.75 inch figures that cost $12.99. So, you know, you got to keep your expectations kind of within reason. He does have kind of this body armor, which is not sculpted onto his body. It is a separate piece. You probably could remove that if you wanted to, but you would probably have to ruin it in order to do it. But it is a separate piece there on the body. It looks really, really good, though. Don't know why you'd want to remove that. As far as here on the face sculpt here, we can see got a real nice job they did on the helmet. The paintwork is really nice and crisp. We stay within the lines, the black and the silver. Looks really good. Moving on down, we've got, you know, some belt accent areas with black there that look extremely well done. All the sculpting is nice. The pants, we've even got some creases and some wrinkles there in the pants. Look really nice. Again, real nice crisp lines here on kind of the leg armor that kind of goes over the top of his pants. Looks really good. Moving on down to the boots, real nicely sculpted in. So this guy looks really, really fantastic. Probably not going to need the stand for him, as he's going to be driving our HISS tank around, and then I'll figure out who we're going to kind of sit up here in the crow area of that. But yeah, really cool. Like that. Also has the emblem on it, just as we saw with Baroness. Okay, moving on to our HISS tank. So our HISS tank does roll here, as you can see. It has just basically, you know, 2 axles with wheels on each end of it. Those roll real nice and smooth. Everything is really tight together. You don't feel like anything is loose. When you pop your top portion into the tracks down here, it really locks in nice and tight. So I'm very happy with that. We've also got a stand here if we wanted to put another figure here. These are pegs for peg holes in the bottom of shoes. So you know, technically we could use this to display 3 different figures on this one vehicle. So that's a really nice feature there. As we're looking inside the cockpit here, we've got some nice detail and sculpting inside here all the way down, and I'm not sure how well you can see this, but even down in there we've got our gas and brake pedals down in there, so that's really nice. Got a little bit of sculpting here on the back of the seat. Looks good. Your vehicle windshield here, it's not going to close unless you actually snap it in. It just kind of sits in there, and when you push it down, it has a little almost like a little I guess it's just a snap part that snaps into a groove there, and it locks it in place for you. Looks really good. As far as our cannons on top, these cannons do go up and down. They work in tandem. They're not separate. So as you move one, they both go. So it's just one single piece there. And then this will spin and rotate here. It does come out easy. What it actually has, I'll show you here. It's got these little grooves here that catch, and in the top of it, it's got 3 little holes for those grooves. And all you're going to do is just take those 3 and line them up. And when you do, it kind of locks it in. So, you know, it's not going to come out as long as you don't have those grooves lined up, you know, with the little pegs that are jutting out there. So really, really nice vehicle here. I'm excited about this one. Now I got to find the striker. I think these would look fantastic on a shelf with some of the G.I. Joes posed in front of them. Let me go ahead and throw the stickers on and we'll take a look at that. All right, guys, so we are stickered up. I want to offer a little bit of advice. First off, when applying stickers to things like this, I highly, highly recommend the use of an X-Acto knife. You basically just take your sticker, you put it right on the tip of your X-Acto knife, and you're able to really lay it in there and, you know, just kind of press from the other end, press it down to the point you get to your X-Acto knife and pull it out. And that will really, really help you when you're doing like this area here. The area up under here would almost be impossible to do with just your hands. I was able to take my X-Acto knife and kind of lay it with the sticker on it here, and then come through with my finger and kind of press it off and pull that X-Acto knife out. So I highly recommend that. One of the reasons as well, I started off here by using my fingers, and the oils from your hands, if you don't get it on exactly right and you try to remove it, you're gonna end up getting something like this, which drives me insane. You know, I wish Hasbro would add, you know, one extra sticker in there for those of us that mess up from time to time. But maybe over time I can acquire an additional sticker somehow, some way to kind of make up for that. But anyways, one thing that is cool, it's going to be harder to tell here, but the stickers are very clear and you don't see, I know in my lighting here on the review table, you're able to see these stickers, the outlines of this clear part of the sticker very well. You're not able to see that if it's sitting on a shelf. So just so you know that, it looks kind of cheap here with these bright, you know, lights on it. It doesn't look that way when you're not under these lights. So just to kind of help you with that. But looking at all the stickers here, you can see that they're all in place. Hasbro did a good job of, you know, giving you where these need to go. You can see up here we got us another Cobra sticker, and on the back of our guns here, we went ahead and added the controls in. Coming on around to the back here, you got another Cobra emblem, and on the side, and then on the front, you've got your winch instructions and I guess kind of like your headlights here. This would almost be impossible with your fingers as well. You're going to want to use something like an X-Acto knife so you don't end up ruining your stickers because you don't got but one. Let's go ahead and bring in our Baroness. So we've got our Baroness figure here. Now we've got our driver. We'll go ahead, I'll tell you what, let's go ahead, we'll take him off of his stand and we'll actually put him inside of the cockpit where he will be, to get that to close. And there we go. So you can see we got our driver inside. You've got a place up top for another character if that's what you so desire. And then on the back, we can also put another one. So pretty cool. I'm very excited to have this guy. Again, this is our G.I. Joe retro line, which are being found at Walmarts all over right now. This is what I've found so far. Let me know what you guys think. Are you going to be buying these and keeping them in package, displaying them in package? You're going to pull them out and find a way to display them on your shelf? I think for me, because I do want to review these and I like having them in hand, I'm at least going to buy one, and there's probably going to be certain characters I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to buy two so that I can display them in package and review one as well. Remember to hit that like button for me. That really helps my videos get shared in the YouTube community. If you're not a subscriber, consider subscribing. Would love to have you as part of the Man Cave Collectibles team. Hope you guys have a good rest of your day. Until next time.